host, Antonia Gable. And the holiday shopping season has already kicked off, and we have some incredible gift ideas from some really great and unique businesses. We start with Hella Bay Clothing out of the Bay Area in California. Joining us is the owner and creator, Teresa. How are you?
I am good. Hello, how are you?
So great. So great to have a fellow Californian on our
Yes.
show. I love California and I love the Bay Area and I love what you're doing. You started this business, Hella Bay Clothing, back in 2015. It's a
Yes.
clothing business, obviously. Tell us about the type of clothing that you sell.
Basically, I sell Bay Area themed apparel. A lot of it, I'm not sure if you know, you probably do, Sacramento. The word hella is very popular here. We use it for
Yes.
everything. So instead of saying very, we say hella. So I decided to,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, make a brand out of it since it's used so much. So yeah, it's kind of fun. A lot of
Well,
tourists
okay.
like it.
Oh, I bet they do. And I'll be honest, I'm a California girl. I grew up in Southern California and I moved up to Northern California and I kept hearing hella. And I said, where did
Yeah,
this come from? But it's the same state, but it's two different worlds. And that is
two different
like a
worlds.
slang fun, two different worlds. Totally true. But it is very common there. And I want to know, though, what made you decide to start a clothing business in the first place?
It was honestly kind of by accident. I had started an online magazine. It was called Hella Bay Magazine. It was going to be all things Bay Area. And I realized after around 6 months that it wasn't the best idea, but I was going to sell t shirts to finance it. So I realized that I like making the t shirts more than I like writing articles every single day. So hence Hella Bay Clothing came about.
Okay, one more question before we get to all
Yeah.
of your merchandise. What does the Bay Area mean to you personally? I feel like it's very special to you, obviously, because that's the theme of your business.
Yeah, it's like the Bay Area has a different vibe than anywhere else I've lived. I went to school in LA, lived in New York for a while just to have a little fun. The sense of community here is very strong. Also, it's like you have every walk of life, every culture, everything you can think of right here. It's like literally a melting pot of different cultures. So, and it's just like also, you go into a bar, people talk to you, you go into restaurant, wherever. People are friendly here. I just like the vibe here. Like I've lived other places and I always end up coming home.
So there's no strangers in the Bay Area. So give people
No.
a sense, right? Which is a great thing. What will they experience when they see your clothing?
Basically, my main seller is the definition of hella seller. It's funny because I poke a little jab at LA. I'm a sports fanatic, so I like to keep the rivalries going. But
Don't tell me
yeah,
you
they're
call them
basically
the
gonna see.
fakers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my
Yeah,
Lakers.
boo. But yeah, no, I like to just basically I mix like kind of like catchy phrases with graphics. Some of the items that I'll show you have like pictures on them. Some just have words, but I kind of keep like a very distinct style to try to distinguish myself from some of the other Bay Area brands.
Which is very smart. Let's see. Let's see
Yeah.
what you got.
All right. Well, first, this is the definition of hella. This, I would say, is my most popular shirt. I will read it to you. It says hella,
Yes,
adverb,
please.
and then it says the most frequently spoken word in the Northern California language, meaning extremely, really, very. In the parentheses, thank God LA is hella far away, hella bay. So that's my little ode to LA. No, I'm just kidding. I love LA, but I like to, poke a little jab.
I
And
get it.
then,
I get
yeah, it's all in good fun.
it.
And then I
I don't
also
blame
have
you.
the female
Yes.
version. This is a polyester viscose, very buttery on the
Oh,
skin, kind of
soft.
smooth. Yeah, very soft on the skin. And it has
Yes.
the same
That's a
saying.
great blend.
And then this is probably like my second or third favorite hoodie. I call this the emoji hoodie. I like to put some colors in there, put like specific cities so nobody, feels left out. Let's see. Got that right
Oh, there
there.
you go. Oh, yeah. No, people love that. They want to represent their hometown.
Oh,
That's why they
totally. Like the
live
Bay
there,
Area, if
right?
you walk around here, all you're going to see is people wearing, Bay Area stuff, Warriors stuff, 49ers stuff, Giants, even though they didn't do good this year. And then right
There's
here, this is the
pride.
sketch tree. This is basically a drawing of different landmarks in Oakland. Oh, that's what I was
Oh,
saying. And you can see at the
I
bottom.
love
I
it.
don't know if that's what you're talking about. That's Children's Fairyland, but that's like by Lake Merritt. You've got Mac Dre on there. You got just all kinds of different landmarks in the 510, which is where I'm from.
It's great. It's great. Before the show, we were talking about some different areas that, because I lived in California, I'm from there, and yeah, I would visit the area that you live in because there's so much to do. It's a
Yeah, no, there's
fun
so much to do
area.
here. A lot of culture, a lot of museums. There's a lot of stuff to do.
Yes.
Let's see. And right now, I'm throwing this one in. This is not on my website. This is actually sold at the local Foot Lockers. You can catch this
Oh,
one
that's
on Bay
great.
Street. Yeah, and this is a puff print. Um,
Okay. Oh,
yeah,
I
you can
like
see the
that.
hello on there.
What's the material? Is it
The
t-shirt or like
material,
sweatshirt?
yeah, it's a fleece 50/50 blend, so
Okay.
it doesn't shrink. I mean, if you put on high heat, it'll shrink, but I tell people try to stay away from throwing all your clothes in high heat every time you do your laundry. Um,
Yes.
and I also have that one in black.
Oh, I like that.
That,
Does it have a
yeah,
hood? Is that what I saw?
it
Did it
does
have a
have a
hood?
hood. These are hoodies. Yeah,
Oh, I
and you
love
can
that
see the
detail.
bay in
How
the back.
fun.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I got a
Yes, I
little
love
fun
that.
stuff
That's
going on
great.
the hoodie, and then this is another sketch one. This one actually has both sides of the bay, so you can see you've got landmarks from San Francisco and the East Bay on there. So it's just kind of fun. We
Okay.
always joke and say, you're from the Bay Area if you can name every landmark on this shirt. It's got Coit
Yep.
Tower, it's got the Japanese Gardens, it's got Nob Hill, it's got everything on there. Fox Theater, Lake Merritt,
And
and
if
then
you
over
haven't
here,
been, where have you been, right? I mean, those are
exactly.
places, they're so great. I got to ask you, so
Yeah.
these all have different, unique, cool designs. Are you coming up with the designs? And what
I
is it that
am. I design and
inspires you
print everything from
specifically?
my workspace at home. So everything's designed and printed by me. So anytime you buy from me, it's coming right out of my
Wow.
hands. Yeah. And then this
You're the
one is my
artist.
Paisley. I see
You
that
do
guy
the
right there.
art.
I do the art, yes. The sketch
That's
one is the only one
incredible.
I cannot draw that good, so I design it and then I have somebody else draw it up for me. And then this is hyphy, definition of hyphy. And hyphy is basically like kind of like a music cultural movement in the Bay Area from the Mac Dre era. And this also has the definition talking about E40, keep the sneak. I can read that one to
Yep.
you. Let's
There's a
see.
lot of
Slang for Bay
musicians
Area
from the Bay
culture and music.
Area.
I'm sorry?
There's a lot of musicians that are from the Bay Area that people
Yeah,
may
we've
not
got Too
realize.
Short, E40, we've got her,
Yep.
we've got Kaylani, we've got all kinds of people from here. Let's see, slang for Bay Area culture and music, coined by Keek the Sneak, popularized by E40. I'm from the Bay where we go hyphy and go dumb from the soil where the from the soil where the rappers be getting their lingo from. And that's hella Bay. At the
Okay, do it again
bottom.
now, but faster.
Yeah, right?
I'm kidding.
That's why I'm not E40.
Right?
And let's see.
That's why E40 is E40.
That's why
Oh, that's
E40 is
so
E40 and
great.
I'm not. And then this one is just like kind of a bubble print.
Yes.
So and I like to put
So
my pinks and
great.
my mustard yellows in there. And then
I
over
love that
here,
you have such a variety. You have such a variety. It's not the same
yeah, I
print
like
and
to mix
same
it up.
graphics. Yes.
And then this is
I
oak
like that.
lungs. Basically, Oakland, the Oakland tree is like a staple around
Yep.
here. So this is
Yes, it
basically
is.
oak lungs, basically I live and breathe Oakland. And
That's
then
awesome. That is really cool.
you can also get Warriors gear. This is my clay
Of
area.
course.
and we love clay
Oh,
around here. So got this
that's
guy.
great. That's great. You need to send that to him. Does he have one of those? Because he needs
He
to be
does
sporting
not.
that.
It's been on TV. Like newscasters have worn it. Right now, I'm working on a loony one. I That'll be out soon, but but yeah, the
You are
goal is to
smart.
send them, and hopefully they'll wear it. And then I've
Yeah,
got a couple
yeah,
of. This is my
exactly.
bucket hat. This kind of goes with
Oh, I
that
love
paisley shirt I
that.
showed earlier. It's kind of cute little
Yes,
combination. And then
that's really cute.
I've got kind of a traditional gray and black if you're a Raiders fan. And
Well, if
then,
you live in
last
the
but
Bay
not
Area,
least,
you better be, right?
right, well, I'm a 49ers fan, even though I
Uh,
live in Oakland. So
oh,
nobody get mad at me. Nobody get mad at me. That's how I was
I was going to
raised.
say.
And then this
Oh,
is
that's
my
really neat
paisley
too.
snapback. Yeah. So those are the
Okay,
items that I
so
brought.
you have so many different items. I know you have stuff on Instagram. Anywhere else people
Mhm.
should go to find your merchandise?
Yeah, you can go to any of the local malls. Well, not all of them, but like San Francisco Center downtown. You can go to Bay Street, Emeryville, Southland Mall, Ceremony, Fashion Fair, El Cerrito Foot Locker. So basically, local Foot Lockers. I like to kind of stay out in the community, so I do a lot of local pop ups like Treasure Fest, which will be coming in February, Oakland First Fridays. Pretty much any pop up, like people in the community know me from just being everywhere. So I'll pretty much almost every weekend I'm somewhere, slanging my Hella Bay clothing.
It's taking off. I'm so impressed by you, and I love all
Thank
that
you.
you've done. I can just see. I feel like the sky's the limit for you.
Oh, thank
You
you
don't
very
have a
much.
brick and mortar, but can people order from you on through
Yes,
Instagram?
definitely.
And do
You
you
can.
ship?
Yes, I do shipping anywhere, mostly in the U.S., but I do actually have an order right now for like Ireland or something. Someone's out in Ireland, but they want a Hella Bay
Yeah,
sweatshirt. But yeah, it's online, www.hellabayclothing.com. And right now through Black Friday, I'm having a sale, so it's 25% off everything. And basically, the promo code for that is Black Friday 25. So right now is a very good time to go on my website.
Black Friday 25. Would you do
Yes, put in
custom
that promo code
orders?
at the end, 25% off everything.
Okay. I got to ask, would you do custom orders?
When people want, like, let's say if somebody didn't like the color mustard or whatever, I could do it like they could be like, oh, can I have it on orange? And I'll say yes. As far as custom orders, I've tried to do it before, and because I'm for the most part a one man show, so yeah, I
Yeah.
try to stay away from it. But I can do
Okay,
things in
okay, but
different colors and
different
stuff
colors.
like that.
Okay, I
Yeah,
got to ask because you mentioned somebody ordering from you from Ireland. I am a California girl. I don't live in California anymore, but I told you before the show, I said it has my heart. I love California.
yeah,
So when people move away and it happens, they still love their hometown. So I bet you
yeah.
have customers, even now watching going, oh my gosh, I've got to have this merchandise because I still love my hometown and I miss
You
it.
know
So they
what?
can
It's a
represent.
trip. I have a lot of transplants. Like I get a lot of stuff, and I can tell,
Yeah.
like, oh, that's someone that misses home, because it'd be like
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, New York, Florida, wherever, and I'm like, yeah, a lot of transplants,
And you're
but
giving them their piece of home.
the majority of the sales are from the Bay Area.
No doubt. No doubt. So go to Instagram and look up Hella Bay Clothing. Teresa, thank you
Yes.
so much for sharing
Thank
your
you for having
story.
me.
Thank you. We appreciate
Thank
it and wish
you.
you all the best, my
I
fellow
appreciate you.
Californian.
Have a good one.
Thank you. You too. We have so much more coming up when the Shoppers Market Live returns right after this very quick break. Stay right there. Welcome back to the Shoppers Market Live. I'm your host, Antonia Gable. Are you ready to see everything jewelry? Well, everything you see jewelry is the business that Megan has created. She is our next guest. We are thrilled to have you. You have incredible pieces. Welcome, Megan.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm so happy to have you. Tell us about your business and exactly what you offer.
Yeah, so we are Everything You See Jewelry, and we offer a custom design, your own bracelet, necklace, earrings, or pins on the spot. We do a lot of markets in the Bay Area, but we're also available on Etsy. And then we also have kitschy fruit and just kind of funky style earrings that are in style right now as well. So earrings that are already pre-made, and then also an opportunity for customers to build their own charm jewelry too.
Oh, I love it. Really great themed jewelry. How
Yeah.
did this business come about?
Yeah, so I was in tech, and then much like a lot of other people in tech right now, there were layoffs. And so while I've been searching for my full-time job, I decided to tap kind of back into something more creative. My mom's a very creative person, and I kind of got that gene from her. And also, I noticed that there was this uptick in trends of nostalgia coming back in style, or people yearning for like 90s clothing or things from like the 80s, 90s.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all in right now. And this is something that, I mean, I had a bracelet when I was a kid, and a lot of people that I meet when I am doing some of these markets, they come into my tent, they say, "Oh my God, I had a charm bracelet when I was a kid and I need to remake it. Where is that actually at? Where is my old charm bracelet?" And I'm like, just remake it instead. So yeah,
Yes.
that's where it came from. And yeah, tapping into something more creative. And I've always kind of been into sort of like funky earrings, kitschy kind of styles. And it just sort of made sense.
I love it. I love this story. And the charm bracelet is
Yeah.
just, it's like everybody's got to have a charm bracelet. My mother-in-law, I think of her, she is very into charm bracelets, and she would give all of the, women in the family charm bracelets as gifts. So we're in the holiday season. If
Yes.
somebody's wanting to get started and they've never had a charm bracelet, or they're just not sure how to get started and give one as a gift, what would you suggest that somebody does?
Yeah, I think if they did want to purchase a charm bracelet or jewelry for somebody, I think the first thing to do is like kind of tap into what their personality is. Are they more of a pink person, or are they more of do they like music? Like we have music notes, and we have all different kind of things. So I think tapping into their personality and interests is kind of the first step. Another step you could take is the month they were born. So we have gemstones for all the
Oh,
different.
yes.
We also have astrology signs. We even have lots of. I'll
Yeah,
get into
show
it a
us your
little.
pieces. Yeah, show
Okay.
us everything.
So here's
Let's put one
starting.
together.
Thing to start off with would be the letter of their name. So we have letters A through Z in all different styles. We even have them kind of in these like cool like
Oh,
block letters.
colors.
Yeah, and then we have them in like a very sort of traditional bigger letter here too. And
I
then this
love
is
it.
too, and then something a little bit more dainty too. We have these all in like gold and silver and different letters as well. And these are all
Now,
available on my Etsy. Yeah.
explain the purpose of a charm bracelet. Is it to tell a story and symbolize things that people love, and maybe their life story, or how should you look at a charm bracelet? Because they're special.
Yeah, very open to interpretation. I would say that there's some people that purchase charm bracelets because it reminds them of somebody. So they'll like add charms of like maybe somebody who passed or someone they have a very close relationship and with themselves. I don't have necessarily a target audience, but I will say people who love coming into my tent are two people who have a relationship, say sisters or siblings or a mother and a daughter. And they won't make the exact same charm bracelet, but what I've seen them do is that they'll put their own personality into it, but add a charm that they both have together. So add like a little chili pepper,
Oh, yes.
spicy food or something. That's just an example, but I see them make completely
Yeah.
different personality style bracelets, but then add just one little thing that they both have, and that's their best friend or relationship sort of focused bracelet. And, I think that it's really up to the person, but I just like that it sort of either tells the story or it represents a relationship, a certain time in somebody's life. We had graduates from SF State before, and their colors are purple, and they both did like both a little purple like gemstone together. So little things like that.
How fun. It's something you will have forever. It
Yes.
really is. And yeah, and it's unique to you because I know I was just going to say unless you lose it, but they're so special that you usually are very protective of it. And it's not necessarily something you pass on unless it's maybe a daughter, but it just represents kind of your life. I mean, how you lived your life, things that are important to you. And that's what's so unique about it. Show us some of your other pieces. I know you have more than the charm bracelets. You mentioned the fruit, which I can tell you, are those cherries that you have from your ears?
These are the cherries that are in my ears. These are our probably most popular earring that we have. We actually started as just fruit inspired jewelry in the summertime. And then
okay.
kind of starting, I realized that, the fruit jewelry wasn't really doing as well. So we decided to shift and add the charm. So we've been in business only since May, but only with the charm. I'm hearing actually some feedback. I don't know if
we are getting some feedback. My director is probably working on cutting that out. Your earrings are super cute. They're very adorable, and they're very, you can tell that they're cherries. You know what I mean? There are certain jewelry pieces where you're not sure exactly. Yes.
These are cherries. And they're also not for the faint of heart too. I would say these are our most popular earring, but then they're also our heaviest earring too. So I would
but they're too cute not to wear.
Exactly. But we also offer all of our earrings in a we offer them all on clip-on earrings too. So
oh, okay, that's great because not everybody can have pierced ears. I do have some family members that would need to use that. Yeah. And are these are the charm bracelets I see directly behind you, kind of on the tower. And then what about, you've got necklaces?
Yeah, so these are necklaces that people can choose. These are all the different necklaces that they can choose. These are just some examples that I've made. I'll show you all of the options. The thing about the charm jewelry as well is it's not real gold or silver. It's all plated stainless steel. So it's at an affordable price, and anybody can sort of buy it. But we have this big chunky one that some people are scared of, but I love. I actually have my own that I wear sometimes of the chunky one. We have paper clip chain. We have this one, Dainty. This is probably one of our most popular one. They call this the Dainty chain, and people will add like 4 or 5 little charms on there. Something that we've just added, and I'm going to update my Etsy tonight with it, is pins. Because what I'm realizing is maybe jewelry isn't for everybody, but I think these would be great for like a grandparent gift. And you could put 3 charms in it. Maybe the letter. Maybe if they have 3 grandchildren, the initials of their 3 grandchildren, things like that. And these are all of our bracelet options. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Tell me the price range for a lot of your pieces, please.
Yeah, so for our earrings that are already pre-made, the cherries and strawberries, they're between $12 and $15. And the base price for all of our bracelets are $12 and then $3 for each charm. So if you're just putting a couple charms in there, it will be less than $20. But if you're going upwards, $6, $7, etc., it'll be getting to the 30s. So just depending on, you basically create the price, just as many charms as you want or what you're really looking to get into. We do on the side in person. I don't have this online yet, but when we do our Bay Area markets, we do also have some vintage charms too that I source myself. I'll thrift. I'll go on different Etsy pages myself and find, and those are really unique as well.
How fun. That's fantastic. And you ship across the country, is that right?
Yeah, we ship across the country. We are on Etsy. We're just adding the pins to Etsy now, but that's the only thing that is not currently on Etsy. Everything else is currently on Etsy. And I've seen a huge uptick in the past 2 weeks. I think people are already starting to get holiday orders in. So I think that
No
will
doubt.
be our most popular revenue stream more recently.
Yeah, for sure. People are getting a head start earlier and earlier every year. Where can we find you? You mentioned Etsy. What do we look up on Etsy, and where else can we find you?
Yeah, where everything you see jewels on Etsy, and then on Instagram, everything you see jewelry. That's where I probably post the most. I post about all the different events that are going to be happening. And then also I promote my new products on there as well. And I also feature some of our favorite necklaces or bracelets that people make from certain markets. We really kind of jumped into this whole market thing too. By the end of 2023, we'll actually have done 60 markets in the Bay Area and a couple in Philly as well.
That's awesome. When you say Bay Area, where are you located? Because I know a lot of places call them, their city, the Bay Area.
Yeah, we are located in San Francisco. We're in the Ingleside area, not too far from SF State. That's where we're located. Most of the events that we do are actually in San Francisco. Primarily, we've done in Oakland, Berkeley, Sebastopol we've gone up to before, but we've realized that we kind of like to keep it as local as possible. And I don't know if you could tell from my accent or not, but I'm actually not from the Bay Area.
I can. That's why I asked. I'm a California girl, but I went, and I'm in Tampa and that area, and they call it the Bay Area here, but I am a California girl, so I was torn because you have an accent that seems like it's from the East Coast.
Total East Coast girly for life. Like I will never say I'm from the Bay. I live in the Bay. I support the Bay. My boyfriend,
I get it.
He's from the Bay too. So I am in full support, but I am from Philly.
We all love our hometowns.
Exactly. Yeah. I moved here 10 years ago, and I was hired at a local high school here. And then a few years after working in there, I got into tech. So that's kind of how I got out here.
Good for you. You have to admit, you got better weather, a little better weather. But I got to ask you, do you have a charm bracelet with your hometown? Anything representing home?
Not on right now, but I will be completely honest with you. I tell people when they're choosing to take a lot of time, because I'm a very indecisive person myself. I make a new piece of charm jewelry for myself every time I do a market. Every time I sit down, if I have any time that's just me sitting, not doing anything, I'm making a new piece of jewelry for myself because I'm indecisive. So that's why I tell people, take your time.
These are meaningful to you. You are the person to contact and ask for advice on how to put one together that is special and that you're going to love forever. This is fantastic. I love what you're doing. Everybody loves a good charm bracelet, but I know you have so much more because everything you see jewelry has been created by you. And I know people can go to Instagram and Etsy to find you. Megan, thank you so much. We wish you all the best. What a great story.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Much more straight ahead. We have more to show you coming up right after the break. Welcome back to the Shoppers Market Live. I'm your host, Antonia Gable, and we have more incredible gift ideas for you for the holiday shopping season. Our next guest is Piper, the owner and creator of Beadworks Boutique. Piper, you started this 3 years ago because you saw a need that wasn't being met in the jewelry industry. Explain what was missing.
So there was a store before where you could go in, and I won't name names, where it was really color coordinated and you could get accessories and all kind of things. And then it went away. I don't know if it just closed in our area in Ohio or if it just closed altogether. So when I found myself either trying to find jewelry, I was either going to a place where I would take my daughter, and I felt like that wasn't really my lane. Things I would get for her. And she's 9. Okay, so she's about to be 9. So I felt like I needed a little bit more than that, but I didn't always want to pay the more expensive prices. So really just started to look into how I could, learn on my own, and just started to, go to YouTube University and just really kind of, learned how to do it and just kind of branched out from there.
I love the display in front of you. Take us through your jewelry and show us what you wanted to create that was really missing.
Okay. Well, one thing I do like to do is I really just kind of like to go to the store and see pieces and see the beads and just kind of see what works together. So a lot of times I'll just go and just grab a lot of things and go home and just kind of sit them out and see what works. One thing that I have found that has been a very popular one is kind of like this blue one here with the flowers on it, the silver flowers. People wear like really good with some pair of jeans and any kind of color sweater. This pairs very well with that. You also have just some everyday, I just want some fun color added here. So you see it has definitely some different color ones. This right here is probably one of my favorite designs, where you can kind of see the hoop gold, and then you have the gold in here, and then just the cream color. So I kind of like that design. But then also, if you want to have a night out on the town, or it's, New
Yeah,
Year's Eve is coming, Christmas, and you want to get a little fancy, you kind of got some fancier pieces here too. So it's just,
that's pretty.
yes. Yeah. So those are some of them. And then also, when I started doing some shows, and people were like, okay, so I need a necklace to match. So then kind of branched off into that. So
A custom order?
ma'am,
Custom orders?
custom orders. And then I kind of branched out a little bit. You can see like there's this purple necklace set, because some people still love a good set. So it
Yeah.
has like the earrings and the bracelets to go with it. And of course, if you have a little one, or maybe you just want to pair this with maybe like a khaki sweater, it's like
Oh.
pink and gold to it. So but I do custom orders, which is, also fun to do as well, to work with clients.
Talk about what inspires you specifically. Is it colors? Is it just designs and patterns? Because you're making each of these by hand yourself.
Correct. I am making them each by hand. It varies. Sometimes I just want to be very simplistic and just keep it, just basic black, the fun, just, not too much too soon. But then there's times where you're like, I want this, but I want a little bit of gold in it, or I want a little bit of silver in it. I just want, or sometimes the patterns, when I look at the different beads, I can be in that bead aisle for almost an hour, just really just strategically, just like
Yeah,
going
I
down
get it.
each one and just like, okay, this will work, and then going back. And I can't take my children because they are like, Mom. So it really, it
Let's
really
go.
just happens as I'm in the store. Yep.
But that tells me you're passionate about this. You truly enjoy it. Tell me how your business has changed over the past 3 years. How has it grown?
So it's grown a lot. I would say for the first year, it was kind of like trial and error, just kind of seeing what worked and what people would like. And then I had the opportunity to do a vendor show, and I went, and it was really well received. And it was, people were like, no, you really need to do more with this. And then of course life got a little bit busy. So it kind of was going, but not necessarily, front runner, because I had to, manage the rest of my life. And then, but I started to really just pick it back up within the last year and a half. So and now I have my Shopify store that people go to, and people are referring people, and they're just passing my card along, and it's just blown up. So I'm just really excited about it, where it's gonna go.
That's fantastic. Where can people find you? What platforms are you available on?
So right now it's just really my store, which is online, the beadworksboutique.com. You can go there. I am branching out into social media as well, into TikTok, into but just kind of testing the waters, putting out a couple of things. I just don't want to just launch out any kind of way, so I want to be very intentional about that. So into TikTok and Instagram, and just really getting those photos to it's because the jury, if you don't have a great photo, it doesn't come across good.
Yes.
So I really want to make sure that it's captured nicely and that people can really see the details in some of the beads that are being presented.
Yeah, it's a lot to keep up with, and I think it's great that you appreciate good quality. You want to make sure it's good quality that you're putting out, and websites are the best. It's the easiest too, so they can go to beadworksboutique.com. You ship across the country, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I ship across the country. We're gonna start our, of course, our Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales coming up pretty soon as well. So tap into that, and you'll see those just pop up, just throughout those weeks coming up.
And talk about the price range. We're looking at your website right now, which is beautifully done, really well done.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
photos here, so it's very clear the quality of your jewelry. Talk about the price range.
So the price range, try to keep everything very affordable. So each pair, if it's really just, I really kind of also gauge it off of where I'm getting the beads from too. If I'm getting a decent deal, I don't want to upcharge my customers well, because everybody right now is trying to save some money.
Yeah.
So so they usually start at somewhere at $4 up until $10. When you start getting into the sets, and I usually just combine the price of those individual ones, and that's just the price of it. So that second one on the page, that kind of like black and white and gray set there, then that would just be each individual be a bracelet and then combining it. So I really try to keep it as affordable as possible for people. Because everybody wants to add a little something.
I know, and it does. It spices up your outfit. It gives you confidence. You feel good. But I don't think your microphone cut out. Did you say $4 to $10 on some of these pieces?
Yes, $4 to $10 on some of the pieces. Of course, the necklaces are different. Like those sets there, that's just each individual bracelet that's priced together. So it's not like I try to upcharge or something like that. I really just want to keep it simple and affordable for my customers.
Yeah, you can't beat that. That's incredible. Get something for yourself. Get something for somebody on your list for the holidays, and it's very affordable and unique. I mean, it looks like you have a lot of unique pieces, not a lot of the same stuff. And
yes,
you do custom pieces as well if somebody does reach out.
Correct. I do custom pieces, and I try to limit even what's on the website to no more than 5 of that individual one. So it's not mass produced. I just don't go and get 20 strands and just make a whole bunch of the same bracelet. I really try to keep it minimal. So when you do pick something and buy something, that you probably will not see it in your area.
Yes. I know. Don't we all love to be unique and stand out, have something different? Exactly. You can't get this one. Sorry.
There you go. Right. Sold out. Sorry.
Hyper. This is great. I'm so happy for you. You have a great story, beautiful jewelry, and the sky's the limit for you, my friend. Beadworksboutique.com. Check her out, yes. Piper Coleman. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
We've got much more straight ahead on the Shoppers Market Live, including our next guest, who is only 9 years old, with some incredible handmade gifts just in time for the holidays. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Shoppers Market Live. I'm your host, Antonia Gable, and we have another incredible guest, and she's only 9 years old. She is the owner and founder of Crafts by Caden. Welcome back, Caden. How are you, my friend?
Good.
We are so thrilled to have you back. I know you have something very special to show us just in time for the holidays. What have you created that would make a great gift for our shoppers?
I created a Christmas box set.
Awesome! Show it to us. And what's in it? Take us through your Christmas box.
So I have this one for $15. It's a pink box. It has a bracelet, hair sanitizer, lip gloss, eye patch, and lip gloss. Lip moisturizer.
Oh, lip moisturizer. We gotta have that. You have created so many different products. So can somebody create their own box as well and put together all your products?
Yes.
I love pink. That's my favorite color. Do you have a favorite color?
Yes.
What is it?
Pink and blue.
Pink and blue. I see a lot of pink there. Anything else you want to show us, Caden, that people could grab for Christmas gifts?
This is a snow globe. It has chapsticks and bath bombs.
How fun. And you made everything?
Yes.
How awesome. Did Mom help you at all?
No.
No, you have done this all by yourself. Crafts by Caden. I know your products are on Etsy, craftsbycaden.etsy.com. And here's the best part for anybody watching. Tell them how much a lot of your products cost. You said the box is $15 and it's filled with goodies, but some of your products are really, really affordable. How much are your lip glosses?
$5 and two and
Under.
and under.
And under $5 and under. You can't even buy a candy bar for that cheap, or a soda, it seems, right? That is fantastic. So great. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I'm so amazed by you, 9 years old, and this is what you've already created. Keep checking back in with us. We are so excited to see how far you take this business, Caden. Thank you all for watching and joining us on this episode of the Shoppers Market Live. I'm your host, Antonia Gable. That does it for us on this episode, but we will see you back here next week. Bye-bye.